Well, hey guys, it's Dr. Drake 63 here today, and today we're gonna discuss the question that gets asked a lot: how much ammo do you need? And need is in quote marks because that's kind of a silly question, really. But you hear a lot on the news where someone will say, so and so was found to have 3 rifles and thousands of rounds of ammunition. And they make a big deal out of that, like that person's getting ready to start a war. And I think that's kind of silly. But I'm going to talk to you just a little bit today about how I determine what I need. And what I need is basically what I want. Just warning up front, this is not the ultimate prepper video. I'm not going to tell you how to prepare yourself for the poop hitting the fan or anything like that. I'm just going to talk about my ammo buying philosophy. I've got several ARs, and the ones that I've hung on to are ones that I've put together myself, all put together using parts that I like. They work very well for me, and we'll leave it at that. But 5.56. This is a 300 blackout round. You can see it next to the skinnier bullet of a 5.56 round. Okay, so 300 blackout, 5.56. You don't ever want to miss those guys up at all. Okay, nothing good could happen there. But the most common rounds that I shoot, the ones I shoot the very most of, are going to be 5.56 and 9mm. Why is that? Because the price has a lot to do with it, and I just enjoy shooting my ARs and my Glocks the most. So here you go. I keep these suckers by the thousands, and the reason I do it isn't because I expect to be a part of some kind of last stand anywhere. It's because I like to go to the range and shoot a bunch of them, and you just never know when somebody's gonna have some kind of crazy thing. I think back to Sandy Hook, going back 7-8 years now, where you couldn't get a lot of common types. You couldn't even get 22 for over a year without paying an arm and a leg. So what I do is, for purposes of not running out, being able to shoot anytime I want, is I stock up on stuff like 5.56. This isn't all that I have, but this is all I felt like dragging out today. The 300 blackout tends to run quite a bit more. It's easily twice expensive of a round to fire, closer to 3 times as much. So because of that, I do not shoot it as much, but I do keep most of it in magazines and in boxes like that. To answer the question that some people have, do you keep your magazines loaded with ammo or not? Is it bad for the spring? Is it whatever? All I can tell you is ammo not in a magazine does you little good. So when I want to go to the range or when I'm in a hurry, I want to be loaded up and ready to go. I don't want to load ammo at the range. So I always keep a good amount of mags, mostly these metal ones, available. I'm not a big PMag guy. And that's how we do it. But what I typically do is look for deals. I like to pay less than 30 cents a round for sure for 5.56. You have to look around and do it. The cheapest stuff you can get is like this, which is the 55 grain stuff, and it's fine for target practice, things like that. You want to knock something down, you want to hunt, you want to do something else, especially in these 1 and 7 twist barrels, a little bit heavier. 62 grain is going to perform a little bit better, stabilizes a little bit better at distance. And then I even have here some hollow point 77 grain, but keep different kinds. The 77 grain is more of a coyote hunting kind of affair. But there you have it. Now, if someone wants to call this an arsenal, or assume that I'm prepared to do some kind of evil deed or be a part of some kind of insurrection or something like that because I have all this ammo, that's showing that they completely don't understand how shooters think. Shooters want to make sure that they're going to be able to shoot next week, next month, and next year. And because it's such a volatile topic and things of that nature, you stock up. So that's about the reason for it. I'm not hoarding ammo. What I do is I tend to try to buy at least as much as I shoot, And then from there, if I can get a little bit ahead, great. Stuff lasts forever. You keep it dry. I'm a big fan of buying these Plano type plastic carrying containers. They're basically waterproof. I mean, you can't drop them in the water, but it's something that seals up real good. You can get these for about $8 or so. I've seen them cheaper, typically at your sporting goods store, things like that. So, and then as far as magazines, like I said, I prefer a metal magazine over a P-Mag any day. Just for a ton of reasons. I just think they last longer and they're a better magazine. But I haven't had any problems with P-Mags. I'm not bashing them at all. But personally, metal firearm, metal mag works well for me. But anyway, just a little bit of an overview of what we're talking about here. What do you need for ammo? And of course, you know, like we see depicted in the media and everything else, anybody that has a bunch of ammo's got to be a little bit loopy, a little bit crazy, paranoid, whatever. And again, the only thing I'm paranoid of is not having it available to shoot for recreation when I need it. Do I think about in terms of needing it in some kind of combatant situation? Man, all I can tell you is I sure hope not. I'm 55 years old. It's been a number of years since I've had decent knees, and I definitely wouldn't make it through any kind of basic training. But I guess in terms of, you know, do I believe in our Second Amendment? I most certainly do. And if someone's going to reach into this viper's pit, are they going to get stung? They probably will. Mostly in my case, I'm just looking for the ability to continue my hobby and enjoy my hobby regardless of the political climate, and we'll have to see how that goes. You know, a lot of states you can't have these. A lot of states you can't have something like this with a 15-round magazine. That's just the way that a lot of this is going, and it's sad because none of these things have really had any kind of effect other than to disarm honest people like me. But when it comes to ammunition, this is a real good time to buy it. When you think of terms of things of like stocking up, if you're going to go out and sell your car to buy ammo, I think you probably got some misplaced priorities. But you know, if you go out and spend $20, $30 a week, maybe more if you can afford it, but you don't have to do a lot. Pick up a couple boxes every time you go to the sporting goods store. Pick up a couple boxes every time you go to Walmart. As you know, I'm a big .357 Magnum shooter. They're a lot more expensive to stock up on, but the good news is you got to reload after 6 shots, and that takes some time. So you don't tend to run through those like you might run through these 9mm. So there is that. Anyway, just my thoughts on the issue. I'm tired of seeing God-fearing, law-abiding citizens, people like me, get depicted as being a little bit loopy or a little bit nuts or paranoid or whatever because we happen to want to make sure we can enjoy our hobby. Anyway, this is DR Drake 63. I want to thank you for watching, and shooting videos coming soon. The weather's nice, guys. Take care.